Hi, today is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. Tomorrow is June 6th, our National Veterans Day. We memorize the dead veterans who devoted their lives to our country and to the welfare of our people, Korean people. Yes, I'm pure Korean. I work for Korea Telecom KT, the number one carrier in Korea. In case you try to invest in Korea or try to set up your own Asian branch in Korea, don't hesitate to contact us. We provide the internet, voice, cloud, big data, security, cameras, all sorts of IT services for you. Still, I want to have an overseas assignment, but also I would be content with providing services to foreign corporations in Korea that would make me continue to use English. Yes, I worked with the U.S. Army for 2.5 years when I was a soldier in my 20s. After that, I stopped using English. I worked for Korea Telecom all along. After that, I didn't have ample opportunities to practice English. Yes, but I continued to read the English article on a daily basis after my military service with the U.S. Army. Uh, Today, as with other days, I would like to practice English by reading an English article. Recently, my friend, my one of my female friends, acquaintances, rather, uh, is trying to set up her buffet restaurant outside Gwangju City. Yes, I live in Gwangju City. It's about 3.5 hours from Seoul, and she's trying to open a buffet restaurant in Hwasun County. So, but there are a lot of noises because one of her friends is going to be a partner, and she's terrible in giving advice. She's very despotic, tyrant. So I'm going to provide a balanced view about how to set up a buffet by reading after reading this article, and also as I mentioned, I try to read an English article to practice pronunciation and also memorize good words, expressions, cliches, even sentences, so that I could use them on the spot when I am in contact with foreigners. That way, I could be useful. I could use the English right there, right for that purposes. So it's a dual purpose, a dual-pronged approach. So here we go. Without any bullshit, cut the chase and catch the culprit. Kitchen cut. Kitchencut.com. Buffet management, reducing risk and increasing efficiencies. By the way, I've never read this article before, so it would take more minutes than normal. 28 October 2021. I think the way it is written of the date notations, I think it's written by a UK guy. Buffet analysis, buffet management, buffets. In Korea, we pronounce it buffet or pipe, or pupe. That's pupe sounds like corrupt or fermented, or when rye or the food was out of, I forgot the word. Food is fermented, too much over fermented, right? Buffet. It's decaying. Buffet management is back on the agenda for many hospitality operators. The lifting of restrictions is just in time for the approaching festive season, and so many hospitality operators will be planning buffet and live food station events. Live food station events, right? Not, food is not live, but event is live. Live food station events. We spoke to Michelin-starred chef John Wood about how best to safeguard the profits at this critical time. At this critical time. At this critical time to safeguard profits. Safeguard to stake out. To safeguard profits. To safeguard profits. At this critical time. Over the last 18 months, operators globally were forced to review, adapt, or even shut down their buffet offering. However, with regulations now loosening up, the beloved buffet is slowly returning. Loosen up, right? Your wound is loosened up before operation. Someone says pussy is loosened up, but that's too sexual. But once again, that kind of sexual terms always get stuck with our mind strongly, rather. As with so many sectors post-COVID, picking up where you left off isn't necessarily the best strategy. I agree. As with so many sectors post-COVID, it's the adjective here, right? It describes the sectors or the situation. As with so many sectors post-COVID, picking up where you left off isn't necessarily the best strategy. We are looking at the key pain points and challenges to watch out for and how to plan, analyze, and prepare for buffet management success, right? Picking up where you left off isn't the best strategy. Picking up where, as with so many sectors post-COVID, I'm going to read that sentence. As with so many sectors post-COVID, picking up where you left off isn't necessarily the best strategy. Buffet management challenges. At a time when information and choice have never been more important to guests, buffets are still hugely popular, offering the flexibility to choose what you like and the quantity you want, often with the option to refill your plate. Breakfast buffets are hotel norm, and there is an expectation that most hotels will offer some form of a buffet service right across the 2, 3, 4, and in some cases the 5-star market. Right, that's good expression, man. Across the board, across the continent, across the Korean peninsula, across ranks and files of the police force, right? Right across the 2, 3, 4, in some cases the 5-star market, right? That's good expression. Some form of buffet service right across the 2, 3, 4, and in some cases the 5-star market, right? Breakfast buffets are a hotel norm. Breakfast buffets are a hotel norm. Breakfast buffets are a hotel norm. At a time when staffing and recruitment are at an all-time low, buffets are a practical solution, typically requiring less manpower. Customers serve themselves, and there are less chefs required. Right? And customers serve themselves. customers serve themselves. Customers serve themselves, right? At a time when staffing and recruitment are at an all-time low, That's good expression, man. A lot of stuff bunched together, right? At a time, right? When staffing is a key point here. Staffing, right? Staffing and recruitment are at a low at an all-time low at an all-time low at an all-time low at an all-time low. If managed correctly, buffets can provide excellent income for many businesses requiring less resources than a full a la carte dining experience. A full a la carte dining experience. A full a la carte dining experience. Yeah, requiring less resources than a full a la carte dining experience. A full a la carte dining experience. A full a la carte dining experience. However, they do need to be carefully managed and monitored on a regular basis, and there are several challenges to be aware of, really. What are the challenges? Ordering the correct amount of food to avoid overstocking. Avoid overstocking. Preparing and cooking the correct amount of food so that the buffet has the same quality and quantity of items on offer from at the start of service all the way through the end. Replenishing. That's another good word, replenish. Replenishing and replacing buffet items that have dipped below their peak of freshness or have become overcooked, decayed, whilst being kept hot. Whilst, that's the UK expression, while, right? Americans use it whilst being kept hot. Keeping everything fresh whilst minimizing waste can be difficult. Keeping everything fresh at the peak of freshness, right? Below the peak of freshness, dipped below, right? Replenishing and replacing buffet items that have dipped below their peak of freshness or have become overcooked whilst being kept hot. Whilst being kept hot, have dipped below the peak of freshness. Dipped below something, right? Replenishing buffet items have dipped below their peak of freshness. Maintaining a great-looking buffet right up until the service closes without unnecessary waste. Offering a wide enough choice of different items to cater for different tastes, dietary requirements, and expectations of your varied demographic of clients, right? Varied demographic of clients. Expectations of your varied demographic of clients. Oh, okay. So I thought demographics is more correct, right? But demographic is a noun. Of course it's a noun, but here I think it gotta be a plural, right? Demographic of clients. I will look it up later. Demographic here, man. Managing costs and gross profits, GPs, with the daily fluctuations in both consumption and number of guests. Fluctuations in both consumption and number of guests. Gross profits, right? Gross profits. Ordering and production. This can be challenging if you are new to this type of service. It can be difficult to predict what will be popular with your customers what will be consumed in what quantities and ratios, and also the range of dishes that are essential to have on offer. To have on offer, right? Something to have on offer. Have on offer. That's another good expression. Have an offer. In my experience, the following steps can help. Typically, if you are doing this for the first time, you can use some common sense around this and stock up on the crowd pleasers. Stock up on the crowd pleasers. Finger foods, right? Stock up on, yeah, we need to stock up on the ammo. We need to stock up on the artillery shells. Stock up on the crowd pleasers. Crowd pleasers. That's another good, I don't know, kind of jargon in the food industry post-COVID. Crowd pleasers. Crowd pleasers. Try to build out a framework of the buffet menu and the various items you are offering. Try to build out a framework, right? Build out. Try to build out a framework of the buffet menu and the various items you are offering. Build out a framework of the buffet menu. Build out, right? Look at how many customers you are serving. You may know this in advance if this is an event buffet, or you will be able to estimate from how many in-house guests are in residence with a breakfast package included. Don't forget to remove the in-room dining percent when calculating. Then from this, start to map out what you need to buy. What does it mean? In-room dining percent. Look at how many customers you are serving. You may know this in advance if this is an event buffet. You may know this in advance if this is an event buffet, or you will be able to estimate from how many in-house guests are in residence with a breakfast package included. Don't forget to remove the in-room dining percent when calculating. Then from this, start to map out what you need by. Map out, build out, map out. Let me read this. So, if you don't know the forecast, if you cannot forecast correctly, you can just remove the in-room dining guests from the estimation, right? Look at how many customers you are serving. You may know this in advance if this is an event buffet, or you will be able to estimate from how many in-house guests are in residence with a breakfast package included. Don't forget to remove the in-room dining percent when calculating. Okay, they are talking about the hotel buffet right here, right? In-house guests, right? In-house guests are in residence. But in-room dining is you just order food into your room. In-room dining, and also in-house guests. Look at how many customers you are serving. You may know this in advance if this is an event buffet, or you will be able to estimate from how many in-house guests are in residence with a breakfast package included. Don't forget to remove the in-room dining percent when calculating, of course. Then from this, start to map out what you need to buy. Map out. Yeah, in-room dining menu is different from the buffet menu, right? In-house. Remember the term in-house. In residence. In-house guests are in residence, of course. Hospitality software like a KitchenCut. Oh, so the KitchenCut is a software company. Hospitality software, KitchenCut, makes this very simple. Production lists quickly and simply will tell you exactly what you need to buy in. Okay, good. Production lists quickly and simply tell you exactly what you need to buy in. presenting, and replenishment. Great buffet presentation is essential. Creating and displaying an exciting and enticing buffet is an art and requires careful thought and consideration. It needs to be colorful, interesting, and appetizing, using various plates, levels, and presentation techniques. However, there's much more to your buffet presentation than visual appeal alone. In the same way that menu psychology can influence customer choices with a clever placement of items on menus, right? Menus here plural. Buffet psychology, that's good term. Menu psychology, buffet psychology can be used in a similar way. Your placement of lower and higher cost dishes can have a dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Right? Dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Have a dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Draw attention to potentially low-cost items through plate and presentation colors. Place them strategically to encourage customers to take more of these items and less of the more expensive items. Avoid piling high expensive items. Pile on. This will only encourage customers to take more of them. Instead, present them well and regularly replace these items. Piling high, costing buffets, right? So from menu psychology, costing buffets. The unpredictability of buffets, particularly breakfast buffets, makes them notoriously difficult to cost, and this is probably the most challenging area of buffet management. It's essential to be able to track and record easily what has been initially displayed, but also what has then been replenished during service. You will need to be in a position to review what has been returned and what is potentially reusable. In Korea, cabbages are allowed to be reusable. From this, you will be able to establish your costs. Then apply these to how many guests you have served and how much revenue has been generated. You will then be able to calculate your GP, gross profit, and food cost. Calculating waste of the items that are not reusable and converting that to a percent is also important to avoid over-ordering in the future. Overstocking, over-ordering, right? Digital buffet management. Alternatively, KitchenCat's buffet analysis functionality will do the hard work for you. Analysis functionality. Pick products, recipes, and sub-recipes quickly and easily with live costings from your suppliers, and the system will do all the calculations for you in minutes. You can then have all the relevant details line by line to improve profitability instantly. Track, monitor, review, and adapt to make sure that your buffet management is always ahead of the curve. That's another good term, is always ahead of the curve. Something is ahead of the curve. Is always ahead of the curve. Watch the video to learn more. KitchenCat. 1 second. Later. Find out more the product journey. Find out more about KitchenCat or get a free online demo. Email sales@kitchencat.com or call 440-330-113-0050. Since I'm a telecom manager, 44 stands for the area code for the UK. So my guess was correct, judging by the date notation. Find out more, right? You can register for a free trial here. Since I work for Korea Telecom, I don't need this menu. Kitchen cut software, but I believe it's a good software, judging by the where this article is presented. Well thought out, well organized, and also they place their software advertisement strategically. Before I close today's daily English reading and post it on YouTube, I would like to go over the entire segment and try to remember the English words, expressions, cliches, and sentences. Before I just go over the entire context right off my mouth, right off the bat, it will be a dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. In-room dining percent, in-house guests are in residence, of course. Buffet psychology, menu psychology, and overstocking, over-ordering, stock up on the essential menus, replenishment. The items have dipped below their peak of freshness. Something have dipped below their peak freshness. Peak of freshness. Buffet management. A level, high society, gross profit, GP. Kitchen cut software. Kitchen cut is a software. Analysis of functionality, right? We just say analysis. It's okay, but functionality is also quite a good high-class word. What other word that I need to look up? I forgot to look up something. Plates. Replenish. Essential. Something is essential. Okay, I cannot remember well. That's how there's a human being remembers, right? We just remember 40% or even 20% of what we try to remember. But in the second reading, probably that ratio will increase to 60%. Software dining profit, gross profit, freshness, stock up on, essential have dipped below. Let me go over the article one more time. Buffet management back on the agenda. Oh yeah, the food industry post-COVID. Thing of the past. Oh, loosen up. Yeah, loosen up. Not listen up, loosen up. Build out the framework of the hotel menus, and also map out the framework, map out the processes, build out. Michelin-starred chef John Wood, and right across the 2, 3, 4, in some cases the 5-star hotels, right across the 2, 3, 4, in some cases the 5-star hotels. At the critical time, shut down, loosening up. Pain points. At a time, the information and choice have never been more important to guests. Yep, the morning buffets are the norm. The morning buffets are the norm. Menus. It's a plural. Yeah, at a time when staffing and replenishment are at an all-time low, at an all-time low. At a time when staffing and recruitment are at an all-time low, at a time when staffing and recruitment are at an all-time low. If managed correctly, buffets can provide excellent income for many businesses. Overstocking, right? Replenishing and replacing buffet items that have dipped below their peak of freshness or have been overcooked, decay, right? Different tastes cater for gross profits, GPs. In my experience, the following steps can help. Crowd pleasers, right? Stock up on the crowd pleasers, finger foods. Build out a framework of the buffet menu and various items in advance. In-house guests are in residence. Remove the in-room dining percent. Here, hyphen, right? In-room dining, hospitality software. Yeah, menu psychology, buffet psychology. Higher cost dishes can have a dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Your placement of lower and higher cost dishes can have a dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Low cost, high cost, high price, high cost, low cost items. Piling high, costing buffets. Reusable. Digital buffet management. Yeah, recently I came across a Korean company name called Digital Kitchen. I like the term. Now everything is being digitalized, even in the kitchens, right? Track monitor. Okay, so before I close this article for the day, I would like to go over the sentences, words that I just went over one more time, right? Replenishing your menu items have dipped below their peak of freshness. Stock up on the crowd pleasers. At a time the staffing and replenishment or recruitment is all time at an all-time low, right? Stack up costing reusable. Stock up on, build out, map out a framework. The reusable plates, canopy, spoons, we learned that yesterday. High cost, low cost items placement will have dramatic effect on the selections your guests make. Dramatic effect. Yep, that's it. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful Wednesday. It's a weekend for me because June 7th is my company's organization day. 창립日 in Chinese. I'm learning Chinese too. 창립기념일, right, in Korean. It's organization day, so that it's a holiday for the Korean KT employees. We are super excited about that.